This movie really felt like it needed to declare some product placement, just a little bit of text at the bottom. #ad, that would have done. It's very clear that this movie was probably in part financed by product placement for Expo 70, with one early scene especially espousing the greatness of the Expo, showing you all of the great pavilions and interactive exhibits. It's all just very blunt, and why is that going off already? Jesus. This does of course lead to the final act taking place at the Expo, which is an interesting enough location for a kaiju fight, and does mean that we do get some nice city destruction along the way, so that's a plus. Whilst we do get the standard Gamera plot of two kids just kind of dicking about, it doesn't feel as frustrating tonally here as in previous installments. They're not as much of a focus here, and while we still get another kids steal a craft of some kind thing, it's far more palatable here as they're actually doing it for a purpose rather than just for the hell of it. And that purpose is to save Gamera, because Gamera dies. Almost. And I will say this is handled so much better than the previous film. The scene of Gamera pulling the needles out of his legs so he can fly away is allowed to play out and is very effectively done. But then it turns out that the needles laid an egg in Gamera, and that's what's killing him. This does then create this moment where you think that Gamera might have cancer for a second, which was a weird choice for this movie to make. So the kids are taking the submarine into Gamera's windpipe to find the lava and kill it. It's all very dumb, but I don't care because it's fun. Nor do I especially care how goofy the lava ends up being, because it is just Jiger, but small. Speaking of Jiger, again with the two unrelated powers thing, she has the power to shoot needles as previously mentioned, but she also has this ray beam thing that instantly levels whatever it's pointed at. You know what, I really like the needles power. It's much the same as the stars from the previous movie, but I think it's way more effective here as you can actually see Gamera struggle to take his legs in, whereas the stars just felt like an inconvenience. The ray beam is fine, it's nothing too special, but it does do the job. I just like a bit of connective tissue between the powers. All in all, it's a pretty good time. It does feel very addy, but I think that the tone in general is handled way better than previous films when the sad and brutal moments are actually allowed to play out. Gamera vs. Jiger is next for me on my list. Join me if you want.